many Christmas books do I have in my house? Shall we find out together? Because I don't know. And these are not traditional Christmas books. These are not Christmas, A Christmas Carol or any Dickens or any Silent Night or any special kind of stuff like this. This is just books that are laying around my house. How many that I have that deal with Christmas? Hey, and welcome to the D. Louise book series. I'm Christina, K-R-S-T-I-N-A. This is where I read books, talk about books, no special effects, no theme music, none of that fancy stuff going on here. So we've got an eclectic group. I didn't realize how many Christmas books I had until I went looking. I've done a couple of different videos for today, and I've canned them all. So hopefully this is the one that's going to stick. And so we've got contemporary romance here. Fern Michaels. The Brightest Star. Christmas is more than a celebration for Lauren Montgomery. For generations, it's been her family livelihood. Their Christmas shop, Razzle Dazzle Decor, has seen seasonal fads come and go. But there's one trend they can't escape. Online superstores are swallowing their sales, and this Christmas season will need to be their best ever if the store is to stay in business. To help keep the shop afloat, Lauren also has a sideline, writing biographies for business figures. She's thrilled when her literary agent contacts her with a new proposal before learning that the subject will be none other than John Gerald Giopalo. He is the titan behind Global Goods, the online realtor that has spelled doom for hundreds of small businesses like Razzle Dazzle Decor. Despite her misgivings, Lauren travels to Seattle to confer with the mogul and is caught off guard when his son John Jr. attends the meeting too. Handsome, intelligent, and deeply kind, he's perfect apart from the fact that he's part of the company threatening everything she loves. As her deadline and Christmas draw closer, Lauren knows there's more than her family shop at stake. It's her heart too. What? Come a little closer, said the spider to the flies. Sheila Roberts. One Charmed Christmas. Catherine Pine is hoping her Christmas is a bit more jolly than her last year's. That one was her first without her husband, and with her kids and families absent this year, she's worried. But things change when her good friend invites her on a Christmas cruise to lift her spirits. Suddenly, every day is an adventure, and she's making a bunch of new friends, including the lovable Sophie Miles. It's like a gift from Santa when Sophie and Catherine meet the charming Dr. Rudy Nichols, a perfect match for hypochondriac Sophie, but he comes with a two-legged lump of coal, his guard dog daughter. And there's the chocolate Trevor March, who's also interested in a scrumptious Sophie. Can he convince her that the chocolate is the perfect cure for what ails her? See what happens. Do you want to come up here? Do you want to come up? Fine, don't come up. Laurie Wilde, The Christmas Bride, Twilight. Noelle Curry has returned to Twilight to plan the most spectacular double wedding the town has ever seen, but the woman known as the Wedding Whisperer is knocked speechless when she notices her teenage crush, Gail Thomas, is about to plunge into icy cold water wearing nothing more than a pair of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer swim trunks. He is the sexiest guy participating in the annual Santa ice water plunge, and seeing him pushes all of white lace and rose blossoms right out of her mind. Single dad Gil doesn't regret giving up his dreams of big city singing stardom for small town life, but seeing Noelle, who blossomed from the once gawky teenage to West Coast beauty, has him thinking of days and nights a whole lot hotter than the plunge into the lake. What? Miss Smokey, come here. Come here. Come on. Come on. Go. The lights on Knockbridge Lane. Knockbridge Lane. Here. Here. We'll have couch time in a minute. Let me finish this. Raising a family was always Adam Mill's dream, although solo parenting and moving back to tiny Garnett certainly were not. A messy breakup, Adam is doing his best to give his young daughter the life she deserves, including accepting help from their new reclusive neighbor to fulfill her wish. Through the little house may not have the most lights ever, the Mills home begins to brighten as handsome Wes Mowbray spends more time there and slowly sheds his protective layers. But when the eye-catching house ends up in the news, Wes has to make a choice: hide from the darkness of the usual past or embrace the light of the future. Mary Balogh, A Christmas Promise. Weddings are supposed to be joyous occasions, especially when a couple seems as well matched as Randolph Pierce, Earl of Falodon, and his bride-to-be Eleanor Transome. Ellie brings to the marriage a vast dowry, while Falodon, though distant, is handsome, tremendously desirable, and possessed of a title young ladies can only dream of sharing. Yet Ellie is not most young ladies. She knows that she must honor her father's dying wish for her to wed the proud Earl, but she dreads a lifetime in union without love. And how can Falodon claim to love when he married her only for her fortune? As Christmas descends upon the Fallon manor, the warmth of the season may yet melt away the trappings of duty and wealth. What? What? You want to come here? Uh, let's see. Joe Beverley, A Christmas Angel. Weary of war and diplomatic wanderings, Leander Knowles, Earl of Charrington, wants a home, a life, and a good old-fashioned English Christmas, as he seems unable to fall in love. However, he will only consider a marriage of convenience to a sensible woman. He is beginning to despair when he encounters the perfect candidate, a woman so devoted to her late husband's memory that no one thinks she could ever love again. So he has to convince her. Mary Balogh, A Very Special Christmas. In A Christmas Bride, a wealthy Edgar Downes promises his aging father that he will finally wed a suitable bride by Christmas. London is full of proper and eligible misses, but it's the widow Helena, Lady Stapleton, in a shocking red dress who captures Edgar's attention. Helena is intrigued by the seductive stranger, but he's simply not in her class. Marriage, of course, would never do, but in a season of miracles, something wondrous is about to happen. What? So we could do this. Oh, look, a little on the lighter side. Vision of sugar plums. In 4 days, Christmas, and things are not looking merry for fugitive apprehension agent Stephanie Plum. She hasn't got a tree. She hasn't bought any presents. The malls are jam-packed with staggering shoppers. There's not a twinkle light anywhere to be seen in her apartment. And then there's a strange man in her kitchen. Sure, this has happened to Stephanie before. Strangers, weirdos, felons, creeps, and lunatics are always finding their way to her front door, but this guy is different. This guy is mysterious, sexy, and he has his own agenda. His name is Diesel, and he is a man on a mission. He always messes up Stephanie's life. Hey, you. Mistletoe, Wolfbane and Mistletoe. Let's face it, the holidays can bring out the beast in anyone. They are particularly hard if you're a lycanthrope. Charlene Harris and Tony L.P. Kellner have harvested the scariest, funniest, saddest werewolf tales by outstanding pack of authors, best read by the light of a full moon with a silver bullet close at hand. Oh, I forgot one. Forgot. All right, let's go through these. We'll do them quickly. Holidays are hotter than hell. I picked up the wrong one. There you go. There we go. Just do both of them. They're anthologies. There's no place like home for horror days unless you prefer a romantic midnight walk through a ghost-infested graveyard or a haunted house candlelight dinner with sexy vampire of your dreams. The black magic season is here, and whether it's solstice seance gone demonically wrong with the incomparable Kim Harrison, a grossly misshapen Christmas with remarkable Lindsay Sands, a bone-chilling and spilling New Year's Eve with the wondrous Marjorie Liu, or a super-powered Thanksgiving with phenomenal Vicky Peterson. A very Gothic Christmas. Terrified by mysterious threats, Jessica Fitzpatrick spirits away her twin wards, Tara and Trevor, to the remote island mansion of their estranged father, world-famous magician Dylan Wentworth. Ever since the fire that disclaimed his troubled wife's life and left him horribly disfigured, Dylan has shut out the world. With Christmas approaching, the spark between him and Jessica might light the future. I did not realize how many Christmas books were here. Lisa Jackson. Santa's on his way. The uneventful Christmas Annie McFarlane expects is suddenly anything but. First, there's the adorable baby left on the snowy doorsteps of her Oregon cabin. Second, there's an extremely attractive yet extremely angry man claiming to be the father. Liam O'Shaughnessy may be intimidating, but this one precious gift Annie isn't given up so easily. What the Cowboy Wants for Christmas, Maisie Yates. When Meg O'Neill, longtime boyfriend, lets her down again on Christmas no less, she braves an Oregon blizzard to get to her best friend Noah's comforting arms. But this time Noah's not telling her what she wants to hear. He's telling her the truth. Snowed in, Stacy Fintz. Rachel Johnson has found the perfect spot for her second Tart Me Up Bakery in Glory Junction, California, except she's in a fierce competition with the hunky bar owner. A Cowboy for Christmas, Nicole Helm. A big city art teacher, Lindsay isn't. Just back home in Colorado, her brother's wedding and Barton Christmas tree farm and ranch. She's back for good. She just hasn't told anyone yet. What? What's up? Sorry. A Dog for Christmas. Linda Byler. One Christmas morning, while young Amish twins Henry and Harvey are sledding, they find a big black dog wandering in a field. They adopt the Newfoundland and name him Lucky, and he soon becomes their best friend and playmate. When tragedy strikes and Harvey drowns in a spring creek, Henry's only source of comfort is his furry companion. Aw, that's kind of sad, isn't it? Victoria Alexander, A Visit from St. Nicholas. Elizabeth Effington simply could not suitably feel the joy of Christmas season. 10 years have passed since she boldly declared her love for Sir Nicholas Collingsworth. He rebuffed her and set out to seek his fortune, while Elizabeth was left a woman scorned. Now she discovers in horror that the inheritance she's managed beautifully was never hers to control. No power over her finances in the hands of the last man she ever wants to see again, Nicholas. What happens at Christmas? Days at Christmas? Camille Lady Lightington requests the pleasure of your company at a festive house party as she endeavors to coax a marriage proposal from Prince Nikolai Prusinski of Greater Avalon. A McCreed County Christmas. In the unforgettable Montana wilderness of 1910, widowed rancher Creed is up against more than restless wolves and the coming winter. His young daughter has needs beyond the beans and bacon he can barely cook. Lincoln must find a little Gracie a governess, a lady who can teach and cook, yet won't set her sights on him. Disowned for refusal to marry, 25-year-old Juliana Mitchell shares the love in her heart with her young students at the unfunded Indian school. When she meets Lincoln and Gracie, her response to the handsome rancher makes her realize she's not against marriage after all. A Lawman's Christmas, McKettricks. I love the McKettricks. I have 2 McKettricks. 2 McKettricks. Let's do this one first. The sudden death of a town marshal leaves Blue River, Texas without a lawman, and 25-year-old Dara Rose Nolan without a husband. As winter approaches and her meager seamstress income dwindles, she has 3 options. She won't give up her 2 young daughters, refuses to join the fallen woman of the Bitter Gulch Saloon, and can't fathom condemning herself to another loveless marriage until she meets Clay McKettrick. And a McKettrick Christmas. Lizzie McKettrick is coming home for Christmas, and Indian Rock's new school teacher has a surprise in store for her family. A special young man, Whitley Carson. He might seem a little too interested in the McKettrick money, but Lizzie's certain Whitley cares for her deep down. No. Yet, fate has a surprise for Lizzie, Dr. Morgan Shane. When their homebound train is halted by a massive avalanche and injuring and stranding its patients, the handsome doctor takes charge and becomes her future spouse. Hey, you. No sleeping on the job. Come here. Come here. Come here. 'Twas the bite before Christmas. What? Alright, I'm sorry. You can go back. Reluctant lawyer Andy Carpenter is at Tara Foundation annual Christmas party. The dog rescue organization has always been his true calling, and this one holiday tradition he can't get behind because every dog that's come through the rescue and their families is invited to celebrate. This year's party is no exception, but before the stockings can be hung by the chimney with care, homicide detectives ruin the evening. Derek Moore, one of the Foundation's best foster volunteers, is arrested for murder. Andy discovers Derek, whose real name is Bobby, is in the witness protection program after giving evidence against his former gang. The police believe Bobby murdered a member, but Bobby swears to Andy he didn't do this. He's built a new life and new business and has 2 new dogs after being a double foster failure. Can she prove his innocence? Victoria Alexander, his mistress by Christmas. For 3 years, Lady Veronica Smithson has been perfectly happy as a widow and thoroughly independent. Still, the right gentleman could provide the benefits of marriage without the tedious restrictions, and Sir Sebastian Haley Atwood, a renowned explorer and rogue, Veronica is sure she has found him. Christine Feehan, A Very Gothic Christmas. Terrified by mysterious threats, Jessica Fitzpatrick spirits away her twin wards, Tara and Trevor, to the remote island. Did we do this already? Mansion of their estranged father, world-famous musician Dylan Wentworth. Ever since the fire that claimed his troubled wife and left him horribly disfigured, Dylan has shut out. Oh, this is the one I had 2 copies of. I had 2 different covers. That was it. Okay, we did those. We did these. Okay. Alright. Joanne Fluke, sugar cookie murder. When it comes to holidays, Minnesotans rise to the occasion, and the little town of Lake Eden is baking up a storm, with Hannah leading the way. The annual Christmas buffet is the final test of the recipes Hannah's collected for the Lake Eden Holiday Buffet book. Then recently divorced Martin Dubinsky arrives at the buffet with his new Vegas showgirl wife, all wrapped up in glitter and fur. His ex-wife, however, seems as cool as chilled eggnog. And when Hannah's mother antique Christmas cake knife disappears, its discovery in the decollage of the new and now late Mrs. Dubinsky puts the festivities on ice. Plum pudding murder. Leave Casanova alone, Smokey. I saw you see him. The cookies jar's busiest time of the year also happens to be the most wonderful time for Christmas cookies. Hannah's own special plum pudding and romance holiday orders are high, and Hannah's slated to provide dessert at the Reverend Cudson's upcoming nuptial. She's as busy as she can be and loving it. She also gets a kick out of Larry Jager's crazy elf Christmas tree. A little kitschy carnival taking place smack dab in the middle of the village green. Larry thinks he's crazy like a fox with his wild business shames, but this time the entrepreneur may have bitten more off than he can chew. A rumor has it that Larry's in the red, an idea that takes a sinister turn when Hannah discovers the man himself dead in his office. Oops. Debbie Maccomber, Dear Santa. Lady Carmichael isn't feeling particularly joyful when she returns home to Wenatchee, Washington for Christmas. The man she thought was the one has cheated on her with her best friend, and she feels completely devoid of creativity in her graphics design job. Not even carols or Christmas cookies can cheer her up. But Lady Lindy's mother, Ellen, remembers an old tradition that might lift her daughter's spirit. Reading through a box of childhood letters to Santa and reminiscing about what she wished for as a young girl may be just the inspiration Lindy needs. And maybe if she writes a new letter to Santa. A vampire for Christmas. It's the time of year for twinkling lights on trees and kisses under the mistletoe. Yet passing of another year means nothing to the stunning immortals who lurk in the shadows of the new fallen snow. Mythology. I didn't realize. Mistletoe Christmas. Eloise James, Christy Caldwell, Jana McGregor, and Eric Ridley. The Duke of Greystone's Christmas Revelry is famous throughout the British Isles for its plays, dancing, magical grotto, not to mention scandals leading to the marriage licenses he hands out like confetti. A Seduction at Christmas. Desperation and empty stomach forced Fiona Lackland to agree to a plan that ended up luring the wickedly notorious Duke of Holbrook into trouble. Everything went terribly wrong, and now she has found herself posing as his ward. And while she swore nothing could make her desire a scoundrel, even if he was a duke, she now is drawing closer to the man she cannot have. Kathy Maxwell, His Christmas Pleasure. When her father threatens to marry Abigail Montrose off to a man twice her age and with 13 children, she decides to elope instead with the irresistible Baron de Vescona. She knows all about his notorious reputation. He is the most seductive man in all of London, but he's vowed to protect her, so she allows herself to be tempted into his bed, promising to guard her heart at all costs. If you have not seen my Callan Sparks or Lindsay Sands videos, please check those out. Christmas Brides. Anthology. Here you go. But if you've not seen my Lindsay Sands or Carolyn Sparks, Lindsay Sands does the Argonautes, Carolyn Sparks does the Dragoneskis, and they have a corporation. And all this girl wants for Christmas is a vampire. A friend of hers has an issue, and she needs a vampire to fix it. Springy, my best friend from the psych ward, living somewhere else that doesn't have coffins in basement. Finding Mr. Right. This Christmas isn't so merry for Tony. Her best friend's been locked up in a mental institution ever since she told the police she was attacked by vampires. And not the only way for Tony to get her out is to prove that bloodsuckers really do exist. So she gets a job at the Dragoneskis. And she meets Ian McPhee, who sets her up. Alright, you're going to see a video of this next year, early next year. I'm working on it. I need I need to fix my bookcase. My Feehans are exploding. So we're going to go through I did it a couple years ago. I've gained about 20 Feehans since then. I want to check my inventory. So, we need to go through those. And this one, this is like the beginning, the core group in the beginning before she goes off on all these different tangents. But this is the core group celebrates for Christmas. The core group, the first 10 or 15, which book is, so it was like 17. The first bunch of group before she goes off. With her erotically charged Carpathian tales, Christian Feehan has enthralled a legion of fans, captivated by strangely seductive world and the unforgettable characters, both human and not. After the centuries of the Princes of Carpathians, Mikhail Dabrowski fears he can't protect them for long from their greatest threat, their extinction of the species. So he invites them all up for Christmas. Okay. We just finished reading these for the channel, so please go check out all the videos for these. Mary and her family, right? Yes, Mary and her family, and she owns the little Christmas novelty shop, and her father plays Santa, and she plays Mrs. Claus. I don't know why her mom doesn't do it, but the father does it. And they've got their little town, and the series is progressing. She did one book out of town in London because she was trying to avoid life. So go watch all these videos. These were good. These took place the entire month of December. I love Krista Davis. I've ordered quite a few of these books. I've read them all. I've done them all for the channel, so go check them out. But I've sent an order out. I'm trying to collect the whole series. I don't know why, because if I read them, I can't read them for the channel because I've already read them for the channel, so I have to think of something else. The holidays are domestic diva Sophie Winston's favorite time of year, but this season there seems to be more mishaps than mistletoe. First, Horace Scroggins tumbles from a balcony during his office Christmas party. Then Sophie's neighbor takes a fall from his ladder while decorating his roof with lights. But it's the cookie swap that really starts her wondering who's naughty or nice. And I love the Dear Natasha, my son-in-law is quite a cook. I'd love to give him a set of professional quality knives for Christmas. Can you recommend some good brands? Never give knives as a present. The gift of a knife is believed to sever the friendship. In this case, it might even sever the relationship between your daughters and her husband. Unless, of course, that's what you had in mind. In which case, any old knife will do. Give him a pot of... pots, cooking pots. Dear Sophie, my sister was stationed in Germany and brought me a nutcracker as a gift. I'm not quite sure what to do with it. It looks sort of awkward and lonely standing there by itself. Dear Clara, the height of the most nutcrackers makes most them wonderful anchors for vignettes. Use him to give your mantle arrangement height, or cluster him with some candles for a charming centerpiece or your dining table. I love them set next to poinsettias too. I love these books. The 12 books of Christmas. If you have not, I've done these all for the channel. Please go check them out. In the middle of a wonderful Christmas holiday in Durham, Brooklyn and Derek receive a frantic call from their friend Claire in Scotland. The laird of the castle, Cameron McKinnon, has just proposed to her. And she wants to get married, and someone is... The lady... I'll never forget this book because the lady locked the door to the library. It's their house! It's not her house, but she locked the door to the library. She locked them out of their own library, and there's only one key. I will never forget that for that one reason. Hey, don't abandon me on Christmas. Come here. Come here, Smokey. Come on, Smokey. Come here, Smoke. She's leaving. She's abandoning me. Smokey. Smoke. Fine. She's leaving. Okay. So, these last couple of books are for me. Move this over. Sorry. Itch. Donna Andrews, The Nightingale Before Christmas. The brilliantly funny Donna Andrews delivers sugar plums and shrouded secrets with another mystery in her award-winning New York Times bestseller series. As the holidays draw near in Caerphilly, Meg's mother is one of 12 designers participating in a Christmas-themed show. Each room of the temporarily untenanted house was decorated to the hilt by different decorators for the public to tour. Of course, Mother insists that Meg pitch in with organization and finds herself surrounded by flamboyant personalities, all competing to enhance the professional reputation by winning the prize for best decorated room. Then someone starts sabotaging rooms, and the most cutthroat and hostile of all designers, Clay Spotswood, is found dead. And I will tell you, I would love Meg's mom to come to my house at Christmas. Awesome. Her mother does awesome decorations. Every square inch of the house is decorated. Okay. We will start reading these tomorrow, I think. Tomorrow. We will start with Naked in Death, Glory in Death, Immortal in Death, Ceremony in Death, all of them. But we're just going to get a little sneak peek. We have Holiday in Death. And you got to follow Holiday in Death with Midnight in Death. For the little extra Christmas scene. Which one is it? I think it's the first one. Let's see. Interlude, Midnight. These are the 3 Christmas books in J.D. Robb so far. I think there's another one after that, but these are the 3 so far. And we will do all of these on my channel starting tomorrow. And those are my comfort books. Those are my go-to books every year. I read them every year. And I did them in 2024, and I was kind of upset that I couldn't do them for 2025 because I had done them in 2024 and already did videos on all of them over here in the corner. So then I decided, you know what? Instead of reviewing them this year, I'm going to read them. So starting tomorrow, we're going to read all J.D. Robb. It's going to take us the entire year. And I won't spoil the mystery, but I am going to spoil the heck out of the characters. Huge, massive, 100% character spoils. Every single book, we're going to talk about all their conversations in between the case. All the conversations not having to do with the cases. We're going to go through them all. We're going to read my favorite stuff from every single book. Some of the videos might go an hour. Some of them might even go to 2 hours. But I'm reading my books. These are my books. These are my comfort series. And that's all there is to it. And don't be surprised if Christmas shows up in my house in March or April. I read a lot. I read a tremendous a lot. And our final book, if you have not watched last year's video, I will put the link, if I remember, below in the description. And, please hit the like. Please hit the like button. Do you know that if 2 people hit the like button, well, let me rephrase that. If one person hits the like button and one person hits the thumbs down button, then my like is 50%. If I get 2 or 3 likes and somebody hits the down button, then my likes go down to 60%. And that's very sad and upsetting to see. So, if you could please hit the thumbs up only. You should do that for all videos. But I read this whole book for Christmas, so please check it out. Also, if you haven't watched last year's videos, Cozy Mystery Christmas, Contemporary Romance Christmas, Paranormal Christmas, we did them all last year. And I hope you enjoyed the Voyager episode for today, the 37s, I believe. And my Mallorys are getting together for Christmas. The Mallory clan always spent the Christmas holidays at Haverston, the ancestral estate in the country where the oldest among them had been born and raised. Jason Mallory, 3rd Marquis of Haverston, and the oldest of 4 brothers, was the only family member who was still at permanent residence, the head of the family since he was only 16. Jason had raised his brothers, 2 of whom have been utterly scandalous in their pursuits, and a young sister. At present, the various Mallorys and offspring were quite numerous and difficult to place, sometimes even for Jason himself. So it was a very large brood that gathered at Haverston these days for Christmas. Jason's only son and heir, Derek, was the first to arrive more than a week before Christmas, with his wife, Kelsey, and Jason's first 2 blonde and green-eyed grandchildren. Anthony, his younger brother, was the next to arrive only a few days after Derek. Tony, as most of the family called him, admitted to Jason that he deserted London early after hearing that their brother James had a bone to pick with him. Annoying James was one thing, and something Anthony often strived to do, but when James was out for blood, well, Tony considered that a different matter entirely. I love this book. We may just go ahead and read it anyway. Even though I read it last year, we may just go ahead and read it again this year. I love this book. It's awesome. Have a good one.